Steven's huge.
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? No, it's not you. It's me. I needed some time. Time to do what? Gosh, I didn't think you'd ask. Well, I needed sufficient time to build an entire boxing gym from scratch that is also large enough to act as a photo studio.
Along with a whimsical office space where I can create even more costumes that I will eventually have to find homes for, because I can't possibly keep every single thing I make.
Nice. First try. And catch up on the laundry list of projects I failed to accomplish during the time of this build. Because you guys have waited so long for me to get back to crafting and providing you a sufficient amount of whimsy, we're just gonna dive right into this massive behemoth of a project. Okay, let's do it. All right, admittedly, it looks like some things have already been done, but I promise that this room didn't even exist months ago. I don't know if there's anyone who's curious about how to insulate and drywall, at least to the point where we are here. It's terrible, it sucks, it's not a lot of fun. Insulation is kind of like being sent to hell, and the whole time you're there, you're just really itchy. It's kind of like that feeling you get when you're scared of bugs and you step on an anthill. You walk away unscathed, but the rest of the day, you're just real twitchy.
Side note, anybody else hate growing their hair out? Yeah, me too, kid.
One of the most fun things about drywall is doing stuff on the ceiling. When you can do stuff that's above your head, as you can see, you get to hurt your spine and neck while you crane your head upward, making sure it doesn't come crashing down on you. So, if I have any other girlies out there who receive the strongest of intimate thrills from bookshelves, you'll like this part.
But first, I must save Bug. They are all little guys. Even the creepy crawlies, okay?
So you know how much bookshelves cost. On average, a bookshelf costs about $60,000 a shelf. However, if you know a guy, my guy's name is Doyle. Doyle gets me 1x-dimensional lumber at about 6 feet lengths for about $4 a board. Another perk of making all of this yourself is that you can make it exactly the right height for your ceilings. So precise that you have to break the bottom of the bookcase that you just made because it gets pinned on the goddamn ceiling. And whoever poured all this concrete, those idiots, didn't make it perfectly level in certain areas, so it was messing up the ceiling. I gotta talk to them about their flat work. Instead of just closing off the ceiling and wasting all that usable storage space, I whipped up some hidden shelves for my smexy costumes. I honestly have too much. I need to get rid of stuff. Whatever doesn't fit in these secret compartments will be banished, I say!
And you guys remember what I said about drywall being the worst thing ever?
Boom! Here's some more gypsum.
I still don't feel like you guys 100% understand how bad this is, so I'm just gonna hammer this one home.
I don't know if you can get mesothelioma in your eyes, but I'm trying real hard.
Thankfully, on multiple days, I was able to get some help from the taller people in my life. Apologies in advance to anyone on the internet who thinks I'm some muscular giant.
Like, yeah, Steven's huge.
We're both 5'11" too.
And while we're on the topic of expensive carpentry, I want you to go look up how much it costs to buy countertops. I'll wait. Oh, okay, now you've returned from that depressing break. Was that upsetting? Now go ahead and look up how much it costs to buy custom countertops. Yeah, I know. I'm someone who's been resistant to the idea of buying expensive things for themselves my entire life. So I learned how to make countertops from scratch using dimensional lumber.
Safety goggles activate!
I like to liberate. Yeah, that's the word people use instead of steal, right? Yeah, I liberated a bunch of dimensional lumber from our job site and then sanded the living hell out of it. Which I'm now going to use for my desk. I have spent a lot of time collecting large pipe clamps and made these braces that put thousands of pounds of pressure on the wood to flatten it so that I can better use this arguably terrible lumber. But it'll become pretty, I promise. If there's anything I know a thing or two about, it's taking something that is completely useless and terrible and making it as beautiful as a butterfly. You guys ever seen those dramatic reveals where people carve something amazing out of wood and they blow all the sawdust off? Well, you probably haven't seen them standing directly next to it and getting absolutely blasted in the face with a bunch of wood debris. Oh, the aesthetics. For all my basic bitches in the audience, I think we all know that pine is just too bright, not dark academia enough. And what's more dark academia than the very darkest stain they had at the store? What's that? Judging by the grain, you can clearly see that it is white pine. Then why is it the color of dark oak? It's clearly dark oak, you sassy piece of shit. Have you ever wondered how to make those cool legs at the bottom of desks and cabinets? Me too. I'd really like to know how to make them. So I just winged it and carved some legs out of dimensional lumber and hope no one notices. Hey Justine, are you measuring the wall for some reason? I sure am. You ever seen wainscoting? It's that old way of doing trim that takes up a whole damn wall. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. That's what I would have frickin' said if I didn't mess up every single cut and waste about $200 in lumber. A moment of silence for my wallet and my ever-wavering sanity.
So right here, we have the most important part of any desk, the church silhouette backdrop that they all have. What, there's a reason people don't have these? It's the kind of thing that won't work and I won't know that until later on when I get frustrated and have to throw it all away? Inconceivable!
What are you doing?
Teleport's laying down.
She is the most dainty doggy with the daintiest little foot.
What do we have here? Is that the sultry allure of sanding drywall?
God.
Here was another awesome part. You know when you go to the store and you pick up paint and you can't find the exact 100th the shade that you want? So you buy 3 times the amount of paint that you needed so that you could mix all the colors together to get that exact shade that you wanted in the first place, but then you realize that you can't replicate the shade because you didn't get enough of that one particular shade, so you're just kind of yeah. This is Justine with all the tips and tricks you need to ruin your local renovation.
Straight out of here. We don't need any of that.
Overwhelmed.
Needing a moment to myself, I decided to take a baking break. Don't mind me doing the best impersonation of Pennywise you've ever seen. The build was stressing me the hell out, so I needed to step away from everything for a moment. You like this baking montage so far? You know what I bet you'll really like? Me forgetting to film what it looked like after I baked it. Anyway,
now that we got some of the cuts right this time, let's begin the real reason you're here. A wainscot tutorial from someone who's literally never done this before. Solid move. What are you, stupid? Why would you come to this person? She doesn't know what she's doing at all. Just look at her. She's just gluing hardy board to walls. Oh no, she's included other people in this. Might as well make them deal with cutting holes into the live electrical that you failed to mention you left on. So, measuring. It has numbers in it, so I don't have the ability to understand it. A jig is basically a piece of anything that allows you to move forward with framing, construction, really just about anything without having to measure. So these are pre-made blocks of wood that show the distance that I want between each of the bits of trim so that I have a really consistent spacing between everything. So what I'm doing here, and you may have seen earlier, it's called routing. A router is this hand tool that comes in a bunch of different sizes and strengths. You get these little bits that cut designs into what you're doing. It is loud, it gets hot, it shoots things directly into your face, and takes forever to do something like what you see here. Luckily, I get to relax now with several hours of continuous sanding. No desk in the world is complete without its drawers. Drawers that sometimes slide the way you want them to and then slide way too fast. I should have just paid for consistency, but that's just not what I do. Let's start on something that I can actually do. Prep work for painting. So the room is pretty much painted. I had one of the students come in last night as I was staring at the wall gripping my hair in frustration, and they said, oh, it looks so good. It looks like a Peter Pan room. And I just don't believe them because guys, it's a pool table. It's just a pool table. We're painting the bottom black now.
Tackle that today. I'm gonna do the wallpaper, add the scones, probably gonna add the lights so I can actually see in here. We're gonna paint these biatches, install the secondary bench extension, whatever you want to call it. It'll be in the corner where I put my sewing machine. And then yeah.
Have to hang this up just in case you forget why I do this stuff, which reminds me.
I do this solely because I love it. I love you guys. I love the people who make me feel like what I'm doing matters. The impact that all of you have made in my life is so incredibly vast and hard for me to properly describe. I'm not trying to sound cliche or generic, but you guys are really the driving force behind everything that I do. Sure, the boxing gym was something that my team and I always wanted. We wanted to have a place for people to come where they could learn to be fit, learn boxing, they can build their confidence. That's something that we all work towards and have been working towards, but everything else that I do, I can only do because of you guys. I just want to hammer this point home. I'm doing what I do because of your support. I found a purpose that I never thought I could find in my life, and it's because of your kindness. I have a completely different perspective on my life just because of the confidence that you guys have given me. I don't have this YouTube channel for myself anymore. I have it for you guys. I've always wanted to be a costume designer. I've always wanted to be an artist. Really, I've always wanted to be an artist. I want to make things. So thank you. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of your lives and impact it in some small and hopefully positive way. Okay, back to limping through this office build. Alright, cool. Now on to something I actually know how to do. This is called concrete, and it's the reason my back and my hands don't work anymore. I'm using a specialty vertical stamp mix that allows it to be carvable and workable in the way that traditional concrete isn't. Requirements for this are an insane amount of patience and ungodly amount of plastic to protect against splatter, because this splatter becomes literal rocks embedded in the wall, and a can-do attitude. Remember, something like this is supposed to look organic, so just go for it. Doesn't matter how it turns out. Just keep smoothing it, making some cuts in it, and you'll be happy with the end result. Otherwise, just give me a call and I'll come over and do it for you. Although we will be doing it together. Because we're friends. In fact, we're besties. And after all that, it's time to decorate, which I did not film because you gotta wait. You gotta wait till next month. So thanks for watching. I hope you like a cliffhanger. Bye now. I'm just kidding. Here's the reveal. Well, there you have it. That took so long. This took forever. Oh my god.
This is all so cool!
This is so close to what I had in my brain. Obviously, my Pinterest board was a little more extra. I couldn't exactly build the things that I had on my Pinterest board, especially not with the wood that was available to me. I'm just so happy how everything turned out kind of the way I wanted it to, where each section is perfect for different photo shoots. Obviously, like, using that background over and over again will get a little old after a while, but I don't care! It's really cute! And I'm happy with it, and I'm really excited to start crafting on the floor. And it's so wide, it's so spacious. I didn't realize how spacious this place would be. Like, here, let me show you. This is a lot of room. This is so much more room than I thought there would be. I just think it's really cool to plan something out and have it come together. I was worried multiple times through this process as I was decorating and planning different things out that it wouldn't go together. I was really worried it would look too different. I was a little worried that things wouldn't like be very cohesive since it's all kind of a separate theme. The floor gets dusty pretty easily. The floor is gonna be last. I'm gonna be doing that in a future YouTube video, so you guys keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna be doing a little mural. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for how long it took. I couldn't make other things in the meantime because I was doing this, so I'm sorry. I hope you forgive me. I hope this video meets your expectations after such a long wait. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you to everybody on the Patreon. You guys you've kept my spirits up this whole time because I have been. If you're new here, welcome. I make whimsical things. I renovate sometimes. I'm really hoping never again after this. But who knows? It'll probably happen. So I hope you enjoyed all the things, and I hope you stick around, like and subscribe, you know. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend whenever this uploads. I have no idea. I don't trust myself to schedule anything anymore, but I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, goblins. We got the merch back there.
Religious trauma daddy.
Joking. Ah, my hip. I'm almost 30.